Hello my dear friends, it's Yuri Svetkov, and today I want to make a video about one very important drill which is so old and so useful for most of golfers, and I have started from this. This drill, as you know, the Ben Hogan was a person who got more influence in for my understanding of the golf swing, and you can see his drill when he is recommended to take a stance, take a club, and just to make a small portion of the moves at the first, and later you are making it with more. This is amazingly useful drill, and I will recommend you to repeat it as possible, as often as possible. Exactly currently when most of us can't play on the normal courses and we need to stay at home and to make some drills, you know, that on our backyards. And in this connection, but I need to say that it was many times ago in this connection some of the components of this exercise a little bit changed, or maybe even the Hogan have shown them not exactly this way how he was right in his well-known book, because you see that most difficult problem for me is that when he is showing it with the small trajectory, his left elbow, left wrist is working, it's scalped exactly after the impact, and in my opinion it's not so good, and if you will try to do it exactly this way you will have some problems with your impact. But even the Hogan he have made, and he is writing that the impact must be done with the both left wrist, and this connection I think that in this drill it's also necessary to make the drill exactly what Hogan has recommended. First of all, you need to put in this drill a little bit more asymmetry, because you know that the right and left part of the body is working different way, and in this connection, even in this drill, it's necessary to understand that they are working a different way. In this connection, it's better to try to make the move with the both wrist, left both wrist, and the cupped right wrist, because you know that, as for me, there are two major elements in the building of the golf swing. It's a move for the lower part of the body. The most important is making the move by the hips, and this task is taking from you some attention and some, you know, that some elements which you need to look for very attentively. To make this properly, it's much more better to have not the stance, but something like the half of sitting. And in this connection, the body arc and the hips must be a little bit down and back from the line of your stroke. From this position, it will be much more easy for you to make the cork strokes with the hips, because if you will stay in the much more vertical stance, you could not rotate the hips. You can rotate them just in the horizontal space, and your shoulders also rotate in the horizontal space. But when you putting your hips a little bit back, you are tilting your upper body, your spine, and in this connection the stroke will be made a little bit in different plane, and this plane you will see that during the stroke, your right shoulders will be gone a little bit down and up, but not only right and left. Certainly you need to understand that such changes are more useful and more reasonable just for those ones who have good fitness conditions, because for your back, and not only for your lower back but also for upper back, this it will be additional and new hard working, and in this case you can feel something discomfortable in these parts of the of your vertebra, and so you need to think about it. And maybe if you are going to change your technique in this direction, you need to think that you need to take less attempts, less, less practice on the driving range than if you when you melt it just with the, just the horizontal rotation of the space rotation for your shoulders. So it's highly important for the lower part of the body. For the upper part of your body, the most important part is also not maybe the shoulders, not the upper part. Most important, in my opinion, is just the right wrist position, because you see that it's impossible to keep in mind two tasks. For example, when you're making stroke, you say to yourself, okay, the hips are going first, and the right arm is going this way, and if you will add something special for that, even more, you could not control the swing, and you know that these multiple tasks will be more than necessary to have a good control. And this connection, in my opinion, the 2 points at the beginning you can control is that for lower part of the body, your hips more, opening your hips at impact, and for the upper part of your body, just to stay long as it possible to be coped right wrist, because you see that the club head and club have inertia, and in this connection usually we will have the impact position, both hands will be straight. It's not so good. It's much more better if the impact position, the left wrist will be bowed and right one stay coped, and the right elbow will stay a little bit broken. So if you will make the impact in such position, you will have much more better stroke. And this connection, I think that it's important. So this drill, which we could talk about, the Ben Hogan drill, I will recommend you to do the next way. You can cope your left wrist after the stroke were made and after the impact, when it's not influencing for anything. You see that during the swing, my left knee is going inside. In many cases, it's related with my more than necessary flexibility in this connection. Maybe I will want to have a better control about it and to have not it's too much inside, walking too much inside. From the other side, I have tried different techniques, and I have seen that, for example, the Cameron champ, he is making much more complicated, much more, that compound move of his hips. But his knee is also going a little bit inside, and both his legs are becoming not parallel, but the knees are going in one direction, looking in one direction, and it's righter from the stance. So in this connection, I'm currently just trying to make the swings with the even more extension, even more moving down. I'm not sure that I will stay with it longer, but it's very helpful, exactly for me, because you see that I have not a very good the nature speed, and in this connection I can't play as the Rory McIlroy, for example. Yes, when he is making the swing, and after that he's going down. I have tried to do it, but I have not enough the speed, and I have not enough, that the synapses relationships between my brain and between my hips, because he have started to play just from 2 years old, and in this connection his nervous system and his moving neurons are much more better developed, and exactly for the hips. And this connection, for those of you who are running 100 meters for 11 seconds and less, maybe it's reasonable to start to do it with the leg extension this way, and after that moving up and down. But for me it's impossible. I can't do it. I have not enough time to do it. So in this connection I need to make this extension a little bit early, and after that I just want to try to stay much more longer, my hips down, and just after the impact trying to make the stroke up, to move my legs up. But unfortunately I could not achieve this timing because my hips are not so highly open. Plus that I'm mostly playing from the closed stance, and this connection with the closed stance, it's more difficult to open hips. And from the open stance it will be more easy, but from the other side the risk of the slice is rising, and currently I am not achieved the contact with the ball from inside to out. So this is my ideas about the golf swing, the current ideas. I think that for me they were very useful, because not because I achieved a new distance. I think that the longer distance is not a subject, not so highly important subject. It's good for feeling, but it's not so highly necessary for golfing. And in this connection I'm just trying to change my golf swing to achieve the better direction, to achieve a better proximity, mostly in the proximity, such as such as for the tee shots, but mostly for the approaches, because you know that I have not a huge statistics for approaches. So thank you a lot for your attention. I hope that to change by minds with you, because it's highly important for me. I don't want to stay always just on the stage of the the changing the golf swing, because it's too long when I changing it, and I want to stop on one of model which will be repeatable, and I will be sure that it's maybe not the best model for me, but most actual and most reasonable. Thank you very much. Hope to see you on my channel. Have a good golf, have a good day, and hope you see you again. Bye.